William C. Holman Correctional Facility sits in rural southwest Alabama, just outside the town of Atmore. It functions as the state's primary death row prison. Men convicted of the most violent crimes in Alabama are confined here. Many face life without parole. Others wait for execution. The facility operates under constant strain. Violence is not an exception. It is a routine condition of daily life. If stories like this matter to you, consider subscribing, because what happens next reveals how this system truly works. Holman's reputation is shaped by persistent instability. The prison struggles with chronic understaffing. Officer vacancies remain unfilled for years. Shifts are covered by fewer staff than policy requires. Entire housing units operate with minimal supervision. This creates conditions where control is fragile. When staff numbers drop, inmate movement increases. Tension rises. Conflict spreads quickly. The prison's population includes individuals serving the longest and harshest sentences under Alabama law. Death row inmates live under permanent isolation from the outside world. Their legal appeals move slowly. Some wait decades. The psychological weight of this reality shapes behavior inside the walls. Stress compounds. Disputes escalate faster. Authority is tested daily. Holman's physical layout reflects its age. Many sections are outdated. Sightlines are limited. Doors and locks fail. Cameras do not cover every area. Maintenance backlogs grow. When infrastructure weakens, supervision becomes harder. Officers cannot see every corner. Inmates learn where gaps exist. Violence exploits those gaps. Assaults inside Holman are frequent. Inmate-on-inmate attacks occur with little warning. Homemade weapons circulate through housing units. Knives are constructed from metal scraps, bed frames, and tools smuggled from work details. Stabbings become a recurring problem. Emergency medical responses follow a familiar pattern. Lockdown. Count. Investigation. Return to routine. Correctional officers are also targets. Assaults on staff happen during searches, escorts, and cell extractions. Understaffing increases risk. One officer may supervise dozens of inmates alone. Backup arrives slowly. When disturbances erupt, officers rely on training and restraint. But numbers matter. Without them, control weakens. Contraband plays a central role in Holman's violence. Drugs, cell phones, and weapons circulate despite security measures. Items enter through visitors, staff corruption, or breaches in perimeter control. Once inside, contraband fuels power structures. Gangs compete for access. Debts form. Retaliation follows. Gangs exert influence throughout the facility. They control portions of housing units. They regulate contraband distribution. They enforce rules through intimidation and force. Membership offers protection to some. It exposes others to constant threat. Administrators attempt to separate known gang members. Limited space makes that difficult. Overcrowding undermines classification systems. Riots and large-scale disturbances mark Holman's recent history. When tensions reach a breaking point, control collapses quickly. Fires are set. Cells are breached. Officers retreat to secure areas. Tactical teams respond. Lockdowns follow for days or weeks. Normal operations suspend. Medical care, recreation, and visitation stop. The prison seals itself to restore order. These incidents are not isolated. They reflect structural problems. Staffing shortages limit supervision. Infrastructure failures create blind spots. Contraband undermines authority. Gang influence fills the vacuum left by weakened control. Each factor reinforces the others. Together, they form a cycle that is difficult to break. Holman is also the site of Alabama's execution chamber. This adds another layer of tension. The presence of the death chamber shapes the institution's identity. Executions are rare events, but their impact is constant. Death row inmates live with the certainty of potential execution. Staff prepare for procedures that carry legal, ethical, and emotional weight. Execution protocols require strict security. Movement schedules change. Lockdowns increase. Media attention intensifies. Outside scrutiny briefly focuses on a facility that is otherwise hidden from public view. Once an execution is carried out, attention fades. Daily conditions remain. The death chamber exists alongside routine violence. Extreme punishment and instability occupy the same space. Inmates may witness the final days of someone they have known for years. Staff may alternate between regular duties and execution preparation. The contrast is stark. The environment absorbs it. Legal challenges frequently surround executions. Courts intervene. Stays are issued. Schedules shift. This uncertainty filters through the prison. Rumors spread. Tension rises. When executions are delayed or halted, frustration grows among different groups. The system absorbs the stress without resolving it. Holman operates within Alabama's broader correctional system, which faces long-standing criticism. Federal investigations document overcrowding and unsafe conditions across the state. Staffing levels fall below national averages. Training resources are limited. Recruitment struggles persist. Holman reflects these systemic issues in concentrated form. Lockdowns are common at the facility. They follow assaults, contraband discoveries, or staffing shortages. During lockdown, inmates remain in their cells for extended periods. Meals are delivered through doors. Showers are limited. Recreation stops. Medical visits are delayed unless urgent. Tension builds behind closed doors. Mental health care is strained. Many inmates arrive with diagnosed conditions. Others develop symptoms under prolonged confinement. Access to treatment is limited by staffing and security constraints. Isolation worsens symptoms. Behavioral issues increase. Disciplinary responses replace therapeutic ones. Disciplinary segregation is used frequently. Inmates who violate rules are confined to restrictive housing. Time in segregation can last weeks or months. Conditions are stark. Contact is minimal. The intent is control. The effect often deepens resentment and instability. Use of force incidents are investigated internally. Reviews examine policy compliance. Findings vary. Some incidents result in discipline. Others do not. Transparency is limited. External oversight is infrequent. Patterns persist over time. Staff turnover is high. Officers leave for safer jobs. Replacements are hard to find. Training new recruits takes time. Inexperienced officers face hardened populations with limited support. Mistakes happen. Inmates test boundaries. Authority erodes. Pay and working conditions contribute to shortages. Long shifts are common. Mandatory overtime fills gaps. Fatigue affects performance. Stress accumulates. Morale declines. Experienced staff leave. The cycle repeats. Holman's location adds to its isolation. Rural placement limits local hiring pools. Commutes are long. Emergency services are distant. When major incidents occur, external assistance takes time to arrive. The prison relies heavily on its own resources. Healthcare services inside the facility face constraints. Medical staff shortages mirror correctional ones. Response times vary. Chronic conditions require ongoing care that is difficult to provide consistently. Emergency situations strain capacity. Transport to outside hospitals requires security coordination that is often limited. Inmate deaths occur from various causes. Violence accounts for some. Illness accounts for others. Investigations follow each case. Findings are recorded. Broader conditions remain largely unchanged. Each death becomes another data point. Media coverage of Holman spikes after major incidents. Reports describe stabbings, riots, and executions. Public attention focuses briefly. Policy discussions emerge. Funding debates follow. Long-term reform remains elusive. Federal oversight has pressured Alabama to improve conditions. Court orders demand staffing increases and safety measures. Progress is uneven. Recruitment goals are missed. Infrastructure projects stall. Compliance deadlines extend. Inside the prison, daily routines continue. Counts are conducted. Meals are served. Cells are searched. Tension simmers. Violence interrupts without warning. Officers respond. Inmates adapt. The system moves forward. Holman's identity as a death row prison overshadows other realities. Most inmates are not scheduled for execution. Many will die of natural causes behind bars. Their lives unfold within the same violent environment. The distinction matters little inside the walls. The presence of capital punishment influences behavior. Some inmates perceive nothing left to lose. Others cling to appeals as their only hope. Interactions are shaped by this divide. Authority navigates it carefully. Religious services operate under restrictions. Volunteers enter under supervision. Attendance fluctuates with lockdown status. For some inmates, faith provides structure. For others, it offers limited relief from daily pressure. Educational and work programs exist but are limited. Security concerns restrict movement. Staffing shortages cancel activities. Idle time increases. Idleness fuels conflict. The pattern is well documented. Family visitation is constrained. Security measures are strict. Lockdowns cancel visits without notice. Distance and cost limit attendance. Social ties weaken. Isolation deepens. Grievance systems allow inmates to file complaints. Responses are slow. Many grievances concern safety. Outcomes rarely satisfy. Frustration builds. Holman remains operational despite its challenges. It fulfills its legal function. It houses death row. It carries out sentences imposed by courts. At the same time, it struggles to maintain order. These realities coexist. The prison does not function in secrecy. Its problems are recorded in reports, lawsuits, and investigations. Solutions are proposed repeatedly. Implementation lags. Structural issues persist. For officers, each shift carries risk. For inmates, each day carries uncertainty. Control is maintained through routines and force. Stability is temporary. Disruption is expected. Holman represents a convergence of violence and punishment. It reflects broader failures in correctional policy. It concentrates them in one place. The result is an environment where death is present in multiple forms. The institution continues to operate. Executions are scheduled and delayed. Assaults occur and are addressed. Lockdowns begin and end. Life inside proceeds under constant strain. There is no single cause for Holman's violence. It emerges from layered factors. Staffing shortages. Infrastructure decay. Contraband flow. Gang influence. Capital punishment pressures. Each contributes. Understanding Holman requires acknowledging these realities without exaggeration. The prison is not unique in facing such problems. It is distinct in how many converge there. As long as conditions remain unchanged, instability persists. Control remains fragile. Violence remains close. Death, whether imposed by inmates or by the state, remains a constant presence.